Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Starship Updates. Welcome back to Boca Chica, the place where spaceflight is changing quicker than anywhere else right now. As always, teams at SpaceX are working around the clock to make sure that another Starship can launch as fast as possible. The orbital launch mound is starting to look great. Starship 25 finally reached an important milestone and SpaceX is not stopping there. A lot to unpack today. Let's do this. Kicking off at the launch site, as it is our tradition on this star-based journey, there's been some serious metal shifting happening underneath the orbital launch table, or OLM. Suddenly its concrete city trucks roll in, pumps get set up at the table's foundation at blistering speeds, and the concrete starts to flow. And those trucks just kept on coming, unloading their cargo into the waiting hole every few minutes. It was outright crazy to see it. Now we're left in the dark on the concrete specifics, but given its volume, we're probably looking at a few weeks for it to set and cure properly. But don't be fooled into thinking that during this time the crew can work on it. SpaceX is extremely good at having no delays in the workflow, just a day after the big poor cameras already spotted. SpaceX has taken all necessary steps to ensure that concrete cures properly and that the OLM is ready for booster static fires as soon as possible. SpaceX has recently reinstated the cryogenic flex hoses on the booster quick disconnect. Atop, the OLM cover is also being placed on the pipes to protect the plumbing. This work suggests that SpaceX is preparing to physically attach a hot stage to the current booster. This would require fire relocating the Starship quick disconnect on the tower to accommodate the increased height. This is likely the reason the ship QD umbilical was removed last month. But the company is making steady progress towards its goal of launching Starship into orbit later this year. While all that took place, SpaceX installed the 8th storage tank for the methane section of the orbital tank farm. SpaceX is replacing its old vertical tanks with new horizontal tanks that look like giant hot dogs. The new tanks are better protected from launch pad debris and they can store more propellant. The old vertical tanks were prone to damage from launch pad debris. If a piece of debris hit a vertical tank, it could rupture the tank and cause a major accident. The new horizontal tanks are much lower to the ground, so they are less likely to be hit by debris. The new horizontal tanks can also store more propellant. The old vertical tanks could only store about 1,000 tons of propellant, but the new horizontal tanks can store up to 2,000 tons. This means that SpaceX can launch more Starships with the new tanks. Of course, the new tanks are not perfect. They are still very large and expensive, and they still only hold enough propellant for a single orbital Starship launch. So SpaceX will need to build more tanks if it wants to launch multiple Starships in a row. But the new tanks are a big step forward for SpaceX. They are safer, more efficient, and they can store more propellant. This means that SpaceX is one step closer to sending Starship to orbit and beyond. While both the OLM and tank farm repairs are underway, work has also been done on some future ships and boosters at the production site. SpaceX is also building Starships at an incredible rate. The new production buildings are almost complete, and once they're up and running, SpaceX's production rate is going to be even more currently being lifted into place. This is just one of many new production buildings that SpaceX is building. When they're all finished, SpaceX will be able to crank out Starships at an unprecedented rate. They're building them so they can send humans to Mars, and the only way to do that is to build a lot of Starships and test them as much as possible. The more Starship SpaceX builds, the more data they'll collect, and the more data they collect, the better they'll be able to design and build the next generation of Starships. And SpaceX is not just racing against time to get to Mars. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon if you wish to see us again. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, are you familiar TalkTalk Philippines app? TalkTalk is a delivery service app designed to connect more people by delivering items door to door. For more information, download the TalkTalk app, here down below.